last year, and it wasn't close, fellas. So I don't know how San Francisco is the favorite in this game, but I understand. Jeff, I'm gonna let you take the floor on this one.
Philadelphia, 2 weeks ago, travels to Kansas City, fourth quarter comeback and win. Sunday at home against a must-win Bills team who took an early lead, who took a fourth quarter lead. And let me just say again, I'm not here to talk and blame the NFL and the refs, but the refs' blatant horse collar tackle on Josh Allen doesn't get called. Miraculously, at one point, Bills 10 on fouls and flags. Eagles won. I don't know what they're selling in Philadelphia, but the NFL and the refs are turning a blind eye. Okay, in come the 49ers. Perfect spot. You got, again, Eagles at KC, Eagles against Bills, Eagles next week at Dallas. This is revenge, revenge, and more revenge. CMC will not be quarterback in this game. It'll be Brock Purdy. It'll be a healthy CMC, a healthy Debo, a healthy Brandon Ayuk, and a healthy defense. I'm sorry, Eagle fans. Give me the Niners minus 140 on the money line. My true number was Niners minus one with a 47. It is now Niners minus three with a 46 and a half. It's Niners early and often. Do they get to 24? Do they get to 27? I think this vaunted Eagles offense, where again, Jalen Hurts just doesn't look healthy. I know it's just business, business, business. Will they have a fourth quarter comeback? Maybe. I don't know. Not on my dollar. Give me the Niners minus the 140 on the money line, Bubs.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so you know what? I'm just going. I've been getting stung by the Eagles the last 2 weeks, so it's tough for me to really sit here and be like, yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I really want to do, like you, and take the 49ers because the Niners. You know what? People got to listen when I be saying these things. They had a bad October. Okay, October was terrible. Your Hall of Fame offensive lineman out. Your All Pro wide receiver out. Your second team or Pro Bowler defensive back out. You see this? What I'm saying, and that just shows that San Francisco's depth is not as great as you think it should be. They lost those 3 games to three teams that were playoff type teams at that moment. Minnesota, Cleveland, Minnesota, and Cincinnati. Cincinnati, they had Burrow that day, and Burrow played his best game of the season that day. We'll say that in the game with Kirk Cousins, he played his best game that day. And let's keep it real. PJ Walker played his best game that day because he played against a defense that was missing key players. And it's understandable. Now the 49ers are full throttle, and they are the most complete team in the NFL. And I know where your reasoning's at. A lot of people do not want to say this or say it out loud, but the Eagles' defense is horrendous when it comes to giving up yards. They're great at getting turnovers. They're great at getting big moments and being able to be there at the right time. But they have one of the worst back ends for an elite team. This team gives up almost 400 yards a game, and most of it's coming from the passing portion of a team's offense. And so, pretty much the reason why I feel like I can still go with the Eagles here is because I feel that their defense is going to actually come alive. By them not being able to have their true offensive game, you know, by them not being able to have that truly there, then I truly feel that this is going to wind up being a game that does go into the Eagles' favor. And so I'm pretty much going to take the Eagles because I feel like who can win the game close, and it's the Eagles. The Niners, except for the Bengals game, had opportunities to win those games. They didn't look good in a close situation. Every other win that they've had, absolute blowouts, absolute, walks in the park. You know what I mean? Punched them in the face and we done. You know what I mean? It's Mike Tyson enters the ring, one punch, you're through. That's been the 49ers in at least 8 of their wins. But in their 3 losses, they were close games and they didn't look good. But the way for them to beat the Eagles, they got to beat the Eagles. They have to beat the brakes off the Eagles. Ain't no, oh, beat them by 3. You got to literally beat them down. It has to be 10 or better for you to really win this game. And it has to be a San Francisco beatdown. It can't be a patty cake. Because if you patty caking, Eagles win. If you come out here and do what you've been doing to everybody else, punch them in the nose to start the game off and say, you ain't tougher than me. Hey, you know what? Pack it up. We can all just go ahead and just relax, in the afternoon. But I'm going to just go ahead and take the Eagles. I got to take the Eagles with plus money at home. I know it's a trick, but let's go ahead and just be tricked. Let's see what we can do.
And let me just add this. I'm going to do some projecting here, and I'm going to play the game. Eagles lose this week. Eagles lose next week in Dallas. So now you'll have the 49ers with 3 losses. You'll have the Eagles with 3 losses. You'll have the Cowboys with 3 losses. And currently, as we speak, the Lions have 3 losses. My point is the Eagles, the NFC champs last year, the loss in the Super Bowl, steamrolling at 10-1 right now, in a blink of an eye, could be looking at the 4th or 5th seed. With the fact is the 49ers would then own the tiebreaker. The Dallas and Philly would both be 1-1 against each other. And then the Lions sitting there again with, potentially 3 losses. So this is a big, not 1 week, but 2 weeks, not just for the Eagles, but for the 49ers and the Cowboys. You could see some big shakeups. So anyone that likes the future markets, you might want to grab some Dallas, some Dak MVP, some Dallas futures, and the same still for the 49ers, because if the 49ers come to Philly and lay a beat down, which everyone thinks, some of us think they might do, the road through the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl could be in Santa Clara, wherever the hell the 49ers play. But things could change real quick, Pops, in the next 10 days.
You're right. You're so right about that. Let's move forward to the Sunday night football game. Sunday night football game is a good one. This is a really good game, in my opinion, because you have a team that's ascending and you have a team that's seen as the kingpin of the AFC. You know what I mean? The defending world champions. You know what I mean? The creme de la creme of the NFL. The team that everybody just pretty much